Hello, I just wanted to talk you through this setup that I've done. I just recorded the track, the link's up there, or somewhere there. You can go and watch that, but we'll listen to some bits of it. So I guess the new addition is the Ableton Move, and I've managed to sync it with the Modular. That's simply just the USB out of the Move into the USB of the Intellijel case, and I've got the one new MIDI. The Move is doing two things. So it's sending a clock, so it's coming through, and there's a number of different clock sources, or it's a number of different places that the clock source is going to. It's going to the PAMs, so I've got synced LFOs and synced random LFOs and synced stuff going out of it. I've got it going into the DivKit as the main trigger, and then the DivSkip, and then that's just kind of triggering the four different outputs, and it's clocking the ghost delay, it's clocking the Bluebox 1010 Bluebox mixer delay, and it's clocking the Honoroy, but I don't actually have that patched in. I don't have the Vic or the Honoroy patched in. I've just got these bits patched. So we'll go through that in a second. The Move's been great. I do wish it had MIDI, even mini jack MIDI outputs, but this is okay. This sort of works. Some of my older synths I need to get a USB to MIDI converter to be able to work, but it works great. It's master clock. I can press play, and everything over here goes. I don't know if you can see the clock kind of flashing here, but yeah, it's very, very cool. And then I've got the outputs of the Modular coming back into the inputs of the Move. And this is really cool because if I hit record, you can see that you can change the input sources and you can have monitoring on or off. So it just passes the audio straight through. No kind of effects or anything being able to process that, but I'm loving this because I can instantly sample anything on the Modular back into the Move and use that as a layer. So for example, on this is a 1 octave pitched up recording of scanned, which I've got going, and so I can layer these two. And it's really cool with the velocity, you know, the harder you hit it, the louder it is, so can sort of work through that pretty easily. There's a few little kind of weird things with Move, like the filter is on the second page, so that's okay. I can, you know, hit that and filter that. Mixing in the live scans. And the other, so that's really fun, and so I've done things like made a rumble. So I sampled the Kickain kick directly in as a bit of a sequence, and then I've got that going as a rumble. So it sounds like this, and what's nice is because I've recorded it as a sequence, I can do things like, so this will just make the rumble go like that. But then if I remove some you can kind of mess up the rhythm, which is really fun. I'll probably do a whole kind of techno rumble thing because it's possible. It doesn't have side chaining inside it, but you can use the attack a little bit to be able to kind of make a techno rumble on it, and it works pretty well. And because of the way that you can gain stage all the way through, you can create this kind of squishy audio crunchy mess where if you have a kick going on here, it'll actually start to kind of squash, especially once you've dropped the transients of the rumble. Let's just listen to the rumble and the Kickain go for a second. You can see. I mean, the Kickain's pretty amazing anyway because it's got this built-in reverb, so you can almost kind of get your own sort of techno rumble going just with the Kickain. But I just like that flexibility of being able to record the audio back in and make a rumble like that. Yeah, so that's that bit. The other thing that I've got going on with MIDI control coming into the modular, you can set this up to do 2 channels, but I've only got it going on 1 channel. So I've got the pitch and the gate coming through into the scanned. So the gate is hitting the exciter and is triggering it, and then obviously the pitch is going into the volts per octave. And one of the things I've really been loving, in the same way that I had that other sample of the scanned in here, is layering pads or layering sounds, so the internal sounds or synths of the Move with whatever's kind of happening outboard. And I was doing this a lot with the Hydra synth. So if I so just the scanned, and then be able to bring in the pad. Yeah, so I dig that. And this is just the basic saw pad patch. And it's got some great little macros attached to it. So low pass, attack release, oscillator detune, etc. It would be great to be able to access another row of macros. Like if you come up into here and you have a sample, you can hold down shift and you can go into a second bank. So it'd be really cool if in here you could kind of hold down shift and click, and then you'd go to a second bank of macros. But I don't think this is a really super deep sound design tool, although it is, because by the time you start adding the effects, so you can get 2 effects, synth and 2 effects, it's kind of okay. It's sort of lots of fun just with that, and it's sometimes nice just to work with those limitations. I do know that they put a new beta out of Note, which is the iPad, iPhone app of Ableton's, and they've put a full drift synth into that beta. And I saw that they're going to be cheeky and actually add that as a paid add-on upgrade. But I don't know if that will actually transfer over. There was something on the Discord from an Ableton person that just went, no, that's not going to happen. But it's great just as it is. So without kind of waffling on too much, that's kind of it. I've got some other sounds. I've got the Debel firmware loaded into the Pamelas Iteritas Alia. And I've just been loving being able to swap the firmwares of these, and the Debel is kind of great. It's beautiful sort of sounds, and I've got lots of modulation going onto this. And I'm gonna have to invest. Oh, and that's going into the Ghost, which just makes everything sound really nice. I'm gonna have to invest in the different faceplates that you can get if I keep swapping out firmwares, because I can kind of remember, but then just end up doing it pretty blind. So I'm loving on the Move being able to load samples like into the drum kit here. Not only just record things in, but loading things up. And the other thing that I've fallen in love with in this is the stretch effect, and it kind of being like granular, so you can have like 16 granular little fun bits. So even though it's sort of time stretching, it does this stuff. So this is like a vocal sample that I recorded in Sydney in the CBD, and just love. Sorry, I bumped the joystick. Lovely. Bit of delay and reverb into that, and it's so cool. Sorry, I love that so much. So have been having lots of fun just smashing things into the stretch effect and making it granular. What else? Yeah, that's kind of it for the patch. So pretty much just using the techno rumble in there. All the other sounds were coming from the modular. A couple of samples to be able to kind of hit and play over the top of everything. I didn't even use a layer. And oh, this is the thing. Hold on. So this is the thing. You think 4 tracks, okay, that's not enough. You can't do anything with 4 tracks. But honestly, the drum kit having 16 particular sounds in there at any point is massive, and you can, well, I've been not running out of being able to layer sounds. I know I've got the modular in, but the other great thing about this has been it's portable and it's pretty light and it's battery powered and the battery lasts forever. I had a push before and I don't know, I sold the push and I've got the Move and I just love it. It's been a traveling companion. I've been sampling stuff with the microphone. It's fun. It's a fun little Groovebox, and I really love Grooveboxes, and this one stacks up with the best of them at a pretty reasonable price too. Yeah, so 4 tracks, it's okay. It's okay. Maybe I'll do another video where I've just got the Move by itself and just been using samples and the internal sounds, because the way that I've been using that is one for a drum kit, one for a whole bunch of samples, a bass or something like that, and then something kind of more experimental over the top, and it's been great and lots of fun. All right, I'm waffling now. Thanks very much for watching. This has been lots of fun, pairing this with the modular, recording it back in, layering. Listen to the track. Thanks. Bye.